Hi, it's Julia here from Business Horsepower, and today I just wanted to talk about the laws of cultural selection. So I'm out here in the African bush and I've been spending some amazing time going on some amazing bush drives. I've actually been here now for 2 weeks, and I think I've done bush drives twice a day, every day for the best part of 2 weeks. So I've had some massive exposure out to the African bush and really been seeing what's been going on and watching the animals and really learning from them. And every time I go out on a game drive, I just get another insight into what nature is sharing with us in terms of lessons that apply to business. And today I want to talk about the concept that I've just realised going on about cultural selection. So no big surprise, out here in the bush, I've been seeing the big five, including the lions, seen some amazing lions. Didn't actually see the kill, but saw them eating some of the carcasses of an animal that they had just killed, probably within a couple of hours before I arrived at the scene. But it did make me think that out here in the bush, there is really a natural selection process going on, and those that aren't alert and aware don't fit in and they don't survive. And typically those would be our lovely impala, which are the source of food for a lot of the animals out here, also the zebra and the wildebeest. But what I really want to talk about related to that was a whole concept that came up for me about cultural selection, because of course in work we also have this kind of natural selection going on. And it's not, and to my mind shouldn't be, about survival of the fittest individuals in business, but the ones that we need to have some cultural selection going on. We need to ensure that within our businesses we are hiring the people that are great cultural fit for our business. And I just love the Zappos term, which is they use the acronym and the motto, should I say, rather than acronym, to hire slow and fire fast. Because in business, it's really important to have the right people on your team. And increasingly nowadays, these aren't the people with necessarily the best skill set, but they're the people with the right aptitude and attitude, the ones that can move swiftly and move on the hoof with your business, people that are agile and flexible. Those are going to be the types of people that are going to be the best fit for your business going forward, and the people that are really going to help your business thrive and survive in the really challenging and fast-moving economic times that we live in. And I think that's kind of the same in nature. It is actually the animals that are the quickest and the most the most agile, that really get out there and get things done and really survive and prosper. So against this concept of cultural selection, I was like thinking, well, how do we apply this to business? And are we really, when we're running our businesses, selecting the right people for our businesses? One that are people that are a great cultural fit, people that can go with the flow. Because the great thing is that nature, everything lives in harmony, everything works together in a very, very collaborative state. And I'm really convinced that if we hire the right people into our teams, people with the right attitude and aptitude, people that are willing to do things differently, try things, respond and embrace change, then we can help create a really, really high performing team around us that can really help fuel our business success. So yeah, really, really think about who you've got on your team. And as I'm saying this, I'm just reminded of something else I've seen while I was out in the bush, that what you see out here is that an animal that isn't fit to be in the herd, perhaps they have got injured or they're no longer well, what happens is that the herd tends to expel them and that individual is left to fight for themselves, because the herd knows that in the terms of John Maxwell, one bad apple, one injured animal can damage the whole herd's survival. And this is really the same in business too. One team member that's really not pulling their weight, that is not performing and is not culturally aligned with the rest of the organization can have a massive impact. And I know from my own experience when I ran teams in London, I had this situation happen once. I had somebody on my team who wasn't a great cultural fit, didn't really pull their weight in the team, and I kept letting the situation go on and go on, to the point that my team literally told me if I didn't let this person go, then they would all gonna go. And that's just kind of the same in the herd. The herd let people go for the benefit of the herd. And so I'd just like to think about today is, who do you have on your team that might not be a great cultural fit, that is possibly bringing down the morale and high performance potential of the team. And in the interests of the team, you need to let them go and ensure the survival of your high performing team going forward. So there's just a few of my musings on the thoughts of cultural selection from what I've learned out here in the African bush, and I hope you found that really useful and a different perspective on how we can lead high performance teams in our business. So this is Julia Fountain signing off today. Bye bye.